back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Mystery Mash Monday. So what do we do for Mystery Mash Monday? You're going to see it, because I run the thumbnails and stuff like that. I unleash my wife on the many unopened bottles we have on the other side of the room. We try to guess type, we try to guess price, we try to guess proof, whether we think it's finished or not. And, that is different. And ultimately, we end up grading it, usually before we even know what it is. But
I wanted to see your reaction.
You did good then.
Off the nose, I think maybe we went... I have a slight hint of maybe a rye action. But
Rye?
a little bit.
Wow.
It's
I'm
malt.
more on the malt of the bread. That's where I'm at. We got fooled by the bread last time,
Yeah,
so
we
I'm
did.
not ruling out the bread aspect.
I
I'm definitely in that land. I'm actually more, I think, bread than malt. Let me try it.
at least these we can sample a little bit better. Well, it's
Ooh,
definitely...
that has a different taste, man.
It does have a little sweetness to start, but then it falls off into totally different than what we did the other day.
This could be one of them Texas whiskeys again. You know what I mean? It's kind of bringing me that way.
It could. It's not over powerful. We're not cranking here in proof, but you could be right. It could be.
This is kind of bringing me because I'm getting
Texas
a hint of that
whiskey
bread. So I'm not so much on the malt. This could be a malted rye though. They have such similar flavors, but I'm leaning more towards the Texas whiskey with the bread, like that other one, that the Oklahoma one, but it's not dark like the Oklahoma one with the burnt flavor. This is more like the. Yeah, I'm getting more of the bread. It could be a malt too, though. That's the tricky part. It could be a single
since
malt.
we kind of switched, when we started going to those, it has thrown us in a whole different twist of now. Now we have like 3 categories on that end that we gotta try to manipulate through.
Because the ones that taste like the bread, like this is giving me more fresh break, but really do bring like I could mistake this for like an Irish, like a single malt Irish, or you know what I mean? Like it's not bringing me so much of a Scotch vibe.
No,
it's
with that, there's not many Irish this color.
Yeah. No, I'm leaning more towards. I think this might be a Texas whiskey or a bourbon, in that range. This actually, what was the one? I know I got a Garrison Brothers over there. It's not hot, and that's what's making me think it might be the young.
It's not definitely not.
Yeah.
Hot. I would.
That's
I don't. If we're at 90, I think we're there.
I agree with that. I was thinking like maybe 92, so it'd be, you know what I mean, 94. My dad give me the 4 up, 4 down type of deal if I was doing it. I was in the same range.
Exactly.
You want it exact, and it's 86. We, I don't know. I don't know. But it could very well be 86. It's not drinking. There is a lot of flavor though. That's the one thing I will say about if it is one of them, whatever this is. Again, it's bringing a lot of taste, whether you like the flavor or not is another issue, but it brings a lot.
Yeah, this one is I guess a little more gentle, or compared to that other one. That other one had the Oklahoma one. That one stood out.
It had a burnt taste to that one. I told you I was smelling a matchstick. It's like a dark molasses, like you almost like you browned it, like when you caramelized it. You made it almost too much. Like it had that one did. It was borderline on that. This isn't. This is actually bringing me a lot. This is bringing me a lot of the fresh baked bread flavor that I'm used to. And you guys are probably sitting at home laughing because we could be totally wrong. It is. No, 100%. I'm definitely, but it's bringing me to what I remember, like that Giant that was down in Texas that had that fresh baked bread, or like the Devil's Dew over there that we mistake for malt the other day. That has that fresh baked bread flavor, and that's kind of what this one is reminding me of, more than like a single malt. I could again, I'm in that range, but I'm gonna go bourbon. I'm gonna say unfinished. I'm even gonna throw out. We do have another Garrison Brothers, and I want to say it was around 90 proof, somewhere in that general range, because that's what I think in this is. I'll say 94 for the 4 up and 4 down, but I don't think it's much hotter than 90.
I said not. Yeah, I said.
You
90,
said 90. That's why I got to go somewhere else. But
it does it does, Mayday. It does carry flavor, and it's not like the Oklahoma one. This was, you can get accustomed to this. It's not bad in any way.
I didn't mind Oklahoma.
Yeah,
you didn't like it, and I get it. But that was darker. That was definitely darker. This brings me with the fresh baked bread, or it could also be like a Texas whiskey. It really could be. But I'm thinking I think it could actually be there. Now, as far as price,
I'm thinking. I agree. We're in PA, New York, somewhere over there. One of them, Virginia.
Yeah.
I think that's. I don't know if it is Texas, then this is up there in price. But if not, I would say if this is $59.99, it would be a good price.
It's funny because I was at like $49.99 is what I'd be happy with. But if it went upwards of, like you said, if it is up there, say $69.99, I wouldn't be upset. Nah. You know what, though? Because this isn't everybody's profile. So this isn't your traditional bourbon flavors. If it turns out that it is a single malt, then it could be a little pricier. But I'll say $49.99 just to be different than you. $59.99, I agree with you. That's not a bad price either, as far as I'd be comfortable with that. What would you grade it, though?
Again, this is not my ultimate profile. So, but to stay... What do we do with the Oklahoma one?
That's what I was gonna. I was gonna do a memory test on you. I wanted to see. We actually ended up settling on, but I liked it a little better. We settled on a C+, I believe, if I remember correctly.
I don't mind. So I'd go B-, B+.
I think I like that one better. I think it had more flavor. Again, you might not have liked the flavor, but I think it had a little bit more.
Funk in that one.
You kept saying that.
So memorable. That was a while ago, and it's. Still stands out.
I wouldn't. I like a C+ better than that. I don't think this carries as much flavor as the last one did. I think I like that one better. But that's just me.
I'm again. This is not my total profile. I could be happy with a C+ because it doesn't. I would not want 10 of these.
Yeah, I have done that to try to kill the bottle, and it's like it does get old after a while when you're like.
Oh. It's got like a real sweetness in the beginning, and then it has that after whole taste of not my favorite profile type deal, but is it growing on me?
I can drink them, but I agree with you. When you have, because there was a time when Steve got sick of the ones he had, and he's like, I'm done with the bread, and he brought a bunch of them over, and then I had to kill like 3 different kinds, and then when you go one after another, you're like, all right, enough with the bread. One of them was that Selby that you have, so. Let's see what we actually have. Ooh, I don't know what this is. So I'm going to have to pause you because my notes are on the other side of the room, and we'll find out what this is.
Is that mine? Oh,
that is 100% yours. So we are back. And, we've had this one in the sack for a while anyway. So this is we'll get right into it. This is the 5 and 20 Spirits Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It comes in at 90 proof. It is a 24-month whiskey, so 2-year whiskey. We got it Mike got it in Luke's down in the Cape, correct? Isn't that where Luke's is? For $21.97. So it's distilled and bottled at the 5 and 20 Spirits in Westfield, New York. It is 70% estate-grown New York corn, 15% New York rye, and 15% New York malted barley. And it is on the back, too. The internet stressed it, but they use local farms for all of their grain to grass. They do all of their stuff with all local people. It's actually right on. We were just Googling it. Like, where is Westfield, New York? If anyone lives out there, I'd be curious if you toured it, because it looks like it's right on Lake Erie. So I bet it's pretty.
It's picturesque.
I bet it's pretty nice.
And he's like, well, you go to Buffalo and you scoot down 90. I'm like, yeah, you do that.
Yeah, when we drove across the country, went that way. And that's why I'm like, I think I drove through it at one point in time when you're just south of Buffalo. But yeah, it definitely brings that fresh baked bread smell.
It's for whatever reason. I mean, it's like the New York, PA, Virginia. Whether it's the water, it's the corn, I have no idea what it is, but
every once in a while we get somebody from the distillery that talks to us, and if you happen to be from this distillery, if you're the master distiller or something like that, and
that'd be great.
I know, I'd love, my question is for that, or any of the master distillers that watch us from other places, I got to assume it's the yeast strand. Because it's all over the country. It has to be. That's the only thing I can think of. It's the same way that Brown Foreman always tastes like banana. How can they be the only ones that have that strong banana flavor?
But is it is it the corn or is it the what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm with you. But it seems that circle right there is kind of
that giant was from Texas.
So Texas does all kinds of funky.
Well, I'm just saying though, but
Texas, Oklahoma does kind of some wacky shit.
Discretion or Tarnished Truth is down in West Virginia.
Yeah.
And that had that strong. That was the first one we actually got. That. Yeah, I'm just saying it's just all over the place. Look at him. I know, too much talking. I apologize.
No.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't what it was doing. Oh. I had a whole little song in my head. So don't worry about
I'm just saying, like, so it's all over the country in different spots when you get that bread flavor. So I at one point I thought it was a high malt, but this is only that's 15% malted barley. So at one point I thought it might have been that because Discretion had a high malt content, and so did the Tarnished Truth, and they both had that bread flavor. So again, if anyone knows, leave a comment down below. I blame the yeast. That's the only thing I can think of.
It could be the cow shit.
It could be.
I really don't know. I'm just mean to think, but it did that little circle kind of. In my head, that's the circle that goes through. But yeah, we have had some alternatives that come off different areas. And it could be actually. We see the little circle. That's the circle we're closest to. I mean, it could be out in Oregon and that.
Again,
you know what I mean? So
the ones we've had primarily because actually, now that you say that,
so do those small distributors come this way from Oregon? Probably not.
Yeah, but we have one up there that I want to say he got when he was going through the Ozark Mountains in, say, Arkansas, and that brought that bread flavor because he's like, how do I always get the bread? I'm like, I don't know. You're pretty consistent, Steve. So some of his bottles that we have over there that we haven't done yet on the channel that he left for review brought the bread. You know what I mean? So they're different parts of the country. So again, if there's anyone who knows that's actually in the know, it'd be curiosity factor.
Right.
It's just funny to me where I guess everybody's profile different, but if that's what you're going for, you know what I mean? Because that's
you know what I mean. If they're starting out, this is what they come with, and then they're gonna tweak it as they go.
But
these other ones, you look at those. The old time, they're 18 something. These guys probably just started and established in what 20.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that's not super far from us.
2018.
Yeah, you have no idea.
You know what I mean? These got to be whipping out the mixed.
Yeah,
recently,
it doesn't say when they actually started. Yeah, no, I'm not sure, but
George Washington didn't start this one. So
no,
maybe his tasted like that in the beginning too. Who knows?
And again, but you know what? When you're not paying attention, it does bring you to the single malt. So it does bring that Irish feel. So you know what I mean? Like I said in the beginning, I could mistake this for an Irish. Although you're right, they're not usually this color because they don't get the climate that changes like that. But it really did bring, with that fresh baked bread, it kind of brings you that single malt feel. It does. I mean, it's a flavor profile that people might like.
You didn't get the grassiness. 2 years you didn't get the grassiness. I don't know if they're doing the infused shit or not.
It's something.
But I mean, it's even you. I mean, you get your little master thing going on, and you tweak it each time. So
again,
as you go.
I'll be curious to see if they have what else they come out of there, because I'm sure they got more than just that.
May or may not have bought it. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I got to give them an A+ on the bottle design. Though it kind of brings a little bit of rabbit hole feel, but look, the rabbit hole price. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
2, 4, 6.
I mean, it is
almost 6.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same brew.
Almost 3.
Yeah, it's around the same brew.
Because I think that the max is like 90. Well,
93. I think
you did buy a few that I'm dying to try.
If they ever come,
those are coming on another slow.
Coming via Pony Express, exactly. So, well, there you go. That's Mystery Mash Monday. Again, if you guys have access to this, leave a comment down below, because again, we were wondering how much of a distribution they actually have, because I can't imagine it's a ginormous place, but maybe it is. And again, if you work there, drop us a thing. I love to hear comments from representatives.
That's always fantastic.
Yeah, from the actual distilleries. So
even if you're the intern.
No,
I'd love to hear from you.
As long as you have information, I don't care what position you hold. Just I'd love to hear from everybody. So
correct.
That being said, well, if you live next door to it, there's someone who toured it. That would be just as cool. It doesn't matter to me. So
take a picture. Let us know if it doesn't overlook the water.
That would be actually cool, because we're picturing it right on Lake Erie. I'm picturing it like I want to go on vacation and check it out type of thing, because it looks where it sits. You're not that far. So that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.